Hello and welcome to another episode of Coffeefusion. This week we have the Rosetta examined. Hey guys, so those of you who have followed me for a long time, you will know that I pour a lot of tulips and my Rosetta game is a little bit off. So I thought it's about time for me to have a look at the Rosetta and pour just coffee after coffee after coffee and see what it is that is failing in my Rosetta game and see if we can go about fixing it. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the jug that I'm using. For a lot of the coffees I pour with my 400ml Trenton, and it has a really nice lip on the top of the jug, which is really good for pouring those bulbs. I thought that this might be hindering my Rosetta game, so I switched to a bigger jug, and I found that it increased the flow around the cup when I used the bigger jug. Another thing that I found to really affect the Rosetta was the thickness of the milk that you used. You need quite thin milk in order to get that really nice wrap around. Have a look at these few coffees and you'll see the difference between, first of all, the thick milk that I used, and then the difference in the Rosetta when I use slightly thinner milk. If you want to get those really fine lines in your Rosetta, the thinner milk is important, but obviously remember that you need to have milk that is thick enough to be able to finish off your pour. This is what happens when your milk's just a bit too thin. The thing that frustrates me most of all with Rosettas is that washing out that occurs when you start pouring that base. And I found out a way to stop that, at least for the way I pour it. You can see with all these washed out bases, I start wiggling as I'm moving the jug down. And getting the rocking pattern is really important because you do need to get that back and forth really symmetrical if you want to finish off your Rosetta well. But at the same time, if you hold off that rocking until you get that milk flow moving, you won't get that washed out look at the base of your Rosetta. Obviously, the last thing that's very important is to come back up the back of that Rosetta really strongly. It's very difficult, I know, to keep that momentum moving as you come up the back of the jug, but you can ruin an otherwise great Rosetta with a awkward wiggle as you're moving it back up the cup. So thanks for taking a look at the Rosetta with me. I hope this video helped you. Let's have a look at a few more Rosetta pours. Thanks a lot for staying to the end, guys. I'm working on building a really strong coffee community, and in order to do that, I need your help. So if you really enjoyed this video and you know of someone that would really like it as well, all I ask is you share it with them. If you work for a cafe, show your barista mates at the cafe, and we'll see if we can't build this into a really strong community. Obviously, the stronger this community gets and the bigger it gets, the more we can do. I was chatting to a friend of mine who works at Santa Felisa, which is a farm in Guatemala, and I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could all go on this trip together and have a look at life at the coffee farm. They're all for it, but obviously in order to do it, we need to get a lot of views and see a lot of people watching these videos. So your sharing really helps it out. Remember, if you haven't already, like Coffeefusion on Facebook, follow the Coffeefusion on Instagram, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember, Coffeefusion is bringing coffee lovers together.